All right, we're live. We are back. Dana White Contender Series, Week 6, 2024. I'm your host, Picks by Pegasus. You're here with Dre V, Key 3 Picks. This is going to be a quick one. Card's not all that great. This is probably going to be the worst one of the season, in my opinion. I don't know. Just seems low talent. What do you guys think?
I think it's the best card of all time.
Yeah, these guys are all mid.
No WMMA fights. That makes this card instant shit.
Oh my god, my Hulu signed out of itself. Okay. Let's go into this first fight. I think is Dylan Mantello versus Ahmad Hassanzada Hassan Zada. Dylan Mantello, 8-3, 31, 6'1", 73-inch reach. He's out of Longo Weidman MMA. Ahmad Hassanzada is 28, 6'1", 74-inch reach at a Team Alpha Male. Odds on these two gentlemen, you can get. Can't see. 1 second. You can get Hassanzada anywhere from minus 142 to minus 175. So someone just hammered that line because it obviously isn't changing on other books. And you get Mantello anywhere from plus 122 to plus 145. Key, you go first. I mean, Hassan has got to get this to the mat, right, to win this fight? Or what do you think?
I think that this is a toss-up. I probably would have been on Mantello if he wasn't the slowest human on earth. I mean, the guy...
He doesn't look that good, bro. Doesn't look that good.
Hassanzada gets hurt by everybody. It was hard to find a fight that he didn't get dropped or hurt in, honestly. There is no such thing as a clean performance from him. If he was fighting damn near anybody else, I probably would bet him or bet the other guy. In this matchup, Hassanzada probably is going to be the plus grappler here, even though I don't think that he does good work off his back. In scrambles, he found a knee bar against Blair, who's actually headlining a Cage Warriors card this weekend, coincidentally. But he found a bar against him. I like some of his scrambles, but off of his back, I didn't like all the work that he was putting in. And I think that it's sort of important to notice since he's been fighting in the U.S. consistently against higher level competition. I mean, the guy's 3-2 since making the switch. I'm pretty sure he's a Team Alpha Male guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Hassanzada is, yeah.
Yeah, a Team Alpha Male guy. I mean, the guy is just he's getting chinned every fight. He's gonna fight hard though. That's one thing. This will be a sloppy war, probably. He's gonna fight for your money. He's a plus grappler. In my opinion, he's a better athlete. Doesn't have better hands, but he has faster hands. On the Mantello side, I really like the way that Mantello picks his shots. It's just his shots are slow as shit, in my opinion. I don't think that his footwork is good. He rips to the body really well, but he's also a guy that gets hurt. His chin isn't Hassanzada bad by any means. I mean, he has an insane bad chin. But Mantello does get hurt. I thought the Charlie Alexander fight was a horrible look. He got bonked like twice, damn near got finished, and then pulled out a mean guillotine. I mean, it's just insane shit. Neither of these guys should be here. There's plenty of other shit women's MMA fights that I'd rather spend my money on than watching Mantello and Hassanzada battle it out for a UFC contract. So this is a fight that I passed on. I can understand Mantello dog shots at like plus 135 and up. But realistically, this is just a shit fight that I'll be pissed if I lose money on, and not that damn happy that I went on. So this is an instant pass for me.
Yeah, I'm not touching this shit. To be honest, wouldn't recommend anyone else does. You look at Mantello, he's got a good jab, his counters are good, he's got a good body kick, he's got good volume. Striking defense sucks, but he's kind of durable. He's got pretty good wrestling. He's got a good double leg. When he's backing up, his takedown defense doesn't look great. Ahmad, on the other hand, decent striking. He keeps his guard high. He gets hurt a lot. He's got decent leg kicks. He does all these spinning attacks. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest, in this fight. But when it comes to grappling, I think he's a better grappler here. He's got really long limbs. He's got good control. His double leg is good. His ground and pound is good. He drops elbows from the top and the bottom. So I don't know. I think if I had to pick a side, I think at minus 140, Hassan Zada is a fine pick, but like I'm not betting it. But if I had to pick a side, I'll probably pick him. Drav, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a fight I'm passionate about. Also, it just both fighters are not very good and should not be here, in my opinion. But yeah, the guy Hamad is listed at Team Alpha Male on Topology, but on his Instagram, it doesn't seem like he's there. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if he's there or not, but yeah, Mantello, at least he does a good gym. You know, he's training with good people, and I think he's just I can trust him a little bit more. You know what I mean? It just I like his body work, and I think it's gonna be important here. I've seen this dude Hama getting hurt to the body before, and like you said, Montaro has a good body kick, and he goes to the body. The guy, like you said, he's durable. He's gonna go for it. Decent volume. He's not fast. That's a problem for sure here, but I think his jab is pretty fast, which is weird because I think he has a fast jab, and I think his jab is nice. But outside of that, he's pretty hittable. Good work in the pocket, but he can get clipped himself while doing it. But the guy is pressuring everybody, Mantello, you know, so it's hard for me to not see him being the one pressuring here. And Hamad, I don't really like what I'm seeing from him on the back foot. You know, he's getting hurt a lot. Like you said, almost every fight is crazy, even against like bad competition. There's a fight recently that he had, I think a year ago. Yeah, Josh Straker, right? He's 8-5 in LFA. It was last year. He lost this decision. Yeah, he got hurt. It was a bad look against Sadikov. Sadikov's pretty good, but I mean, he hurt him with the first body kick that he threw, or the first body shot. I don't remember if it was a kick, but he hurt him right away. And then he fought well. Like he showed some heart to stay in that fight. But yeah, the guy getting, like I said, dropped every fight. But you're saying he has decent submission. He's opportunistic with it for sure. But I mean, the guy has no get up game if he gets taken down. Like his get up game are awful. I think I see him get up one time when he got taken down. So Mantello, like we said, good camp, training with like all these good guys, good grapplers, and he's also a training partner of Sadikov. So I have to assume he's going to be prepared here, and he's going to know the game plan, which should be pressure, body work, and take this guy down because he's not going to get up. You just have to worry about the weird submission. So I think Mantello is better, and he fought the better competition also. So yeah, and he looks to be, you know, just a little bit the better guy of the two. But he's going to be slower for sure. He got hurt himself, so it's just a fight that I prefer to stay away from, to be honest. But I kind of have a feeling that Mantello is going to be the tougher guy, the guy pushing it more in round 3, the guy with top time upside. So I'm picking him to win. Decision prop is not bad, but I wouldn't be surprised if he finds a finish also. The bet I would give for this fight, if you want to take anything on Bet Online, you can bet Dylan Mantello plus 3.5. It's minus 110. I like that way better than the money line at plus 125, just because I think he could go the distance, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna win a round if they go the distance. If he loses, so, but I think he's also alive to finish. So yeah, I'm gonna pick him to win here, Mantello. But yeah, I'm not confident about it. I think it's a low level fight, and both guys are not trustworthy. The line is kind of close, so it's a stay away from me.
I didn't even realize you could bet spreads on these fights. It's actually it's a pretty good bet. I like that, actually. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I think it's a decent bet. You know, I look at it. I decided to stay away from it, but I think it's pretty good if you want.
It'll be a close fight, I think, honestly. Let's go to our next fight here. Next fight is Yura Naito versus Atib Gutier. I believe it is, right, Drav? Is that how you'd say that? Gutier. Yeah, so yeah, I was right. Naito is 28, 6 feet tall, out of Yokohama Ground Slam Gym in Japan. Gutier is, they don't give you height, they don't give you weight, they just give you, they don't give you anything.
He's supposed to be 6'3" with 80 inch of reach, but I think he's probably like 6'1". But yeah. I've seen him list at 6'3" in one of his fights.
I mean, he's a big dude. He's definitely a big dude. If you watch the weigh-ins or you saw the weigh-ins today, he's a pretty big dude. I mean, we know he carries power. He's got pretty good striking. I'll go first, actually. So, to me, this kind of seems like it's striker versus grappler, honestly, to me. Naito is a pretty good grappler. He's got good takedown entries. His sub game is good. His ground and pound is good. He's a fast starter. He got accurate strikes. He's got pretty good power. But I think if it comes to striking, we're looking at a guy in Gutier who's got good power, good volume. He's got crazy knees. He's got good setups. He has like that 1-2 kick that he does. That's pretty impressive. His grappling is okay early with the ground and pound. The only thing that his issue is his takedown defense, and I think he gets worse as fights go on because he gets tired. He uses a lot of his like athleticism and power to get back up. And that works early in fights, but as it gets on, it's lower. He is a fast starter, but I think his cardio is a little bit questionable. I'm going to take Gutier to win by KO, probably round 1, round 2. What do you think, Drav?
Yeah, also like him to win here. He's just the athlete of the two. The guy is, he's a personal trainer, and you can see that he's taking the gym seriously, So he's training at Manchester Top Team, which is a good gym, and just have a look on this dude's Instagram. Yeah, I think it's a good look. The way he's hitting pads, man, like the guy is pretty smart. He knows what he's doing, and he hit like a truck. But like he's not just swimming; he's swinging big shots. He's actually thinking of what he's doing, which is kind of impressive. But he's gonna be like the stronger guy of the two, no doubt in my mind. And like I said, he hit like a truck. I've seen him put guys lights out. He has good kicks, also good head kicks. And I think he's pretty hard to take down when he's fresh. I've heard some breakdowns this week, and people said that he has bad takedown defense. I kind of disagree, man. And like when he's fresh, he knows how to defend takedowns, and he's gonna be hard to take down in round 1, I think. So I know this guy's Japanese wrestling background, but I don't think he's gonna take him down in the first round when the guy's super fresh, and he's gonna be way stronger than him. So I think it's gonna be hard to do. And his get-up game when he's not like tired is pretty decent as well. So yeah, this Naito guy, he's a Japanese wrestler, but I think he's a little bit undersized. I don't think he's never been hit hard like Gutier is gonna hit him. I think he's gonna hit him pretty hard early, and then he's gonna shoot for his life. And if he doesn't get this takedown, I think he's gonna get put out. Gutier has a good uppercut when he's defending a takedown. He's good at timing the uppercut, and I think that it could be the kill shot here. So I mean, this guy Naito, I didn't find many tapes on him, but with what I've seen and heard, he's like a okay striker. But the way people talking about it, it's like he's gonna push the crazy cardio pace, make Gutier gas, and finish him potentially. But this guy has only been out of the first round 1 time in his career. So why is he supposed to be a cardio king or something? I don't get it. So
the under is plus 120. I didn't really look into totals or props yet. The under being plus 120 for 1.5 is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but if you like the wrestler, I kind of think that he's gonna win over 1.5. So he was the favorite. That's probably why they put it that way. And now money coming on Gutier, the line's almost a pick him, which I think makes sense. There's some unknowns on the Naito side, but like I said, I don't really rate him. Gutier does some mistakes when he's getting taken down, and he could give bad position, so he could get submitted, I guess. But I think he's gonna put him out, to be honest. And yeah, he's training with good people. I like what I'm seeing on Instagram, and he's also a champ of many things, which is weird because you don't. Let me just check. It's all written in French, so I don't know how to say it in English for most of them, but he was champ of a Sambo tournament 2 times. I think he was a champ in Muay Thai, and he was a champion in boxing and something. Like it's not like big organization. It's in Cameroon, I think the same place as the Ngannou, and he was a champ of MMA organization in Africa. So the guy, like, I'm gonna say it in French. Probably some people listening who are French here. So 2 fois champion du Cameroun d'MMA, champion d'Afrique d'MMA, vice-champion d'Afrique du Sambo Combat, vice-champion de Cameroun en boxe anglaise, champion des Émirats Arabes Unis de boxe thaï, champion de Cameroun de Sambo Combat, puis champion du tournoi de Sambo de Jean-Paul. So yeah, the guy trained with.
So in the language that matters, what does that mean?
I mean, basically what I said before, but he's championed a lot of things. I don't think he mean that much, but the guy is not a bum, because if you just look his topology, he didn't fight many people, but I think he's just a super athlete. He trained with Jean Pascal, who's also a boxer with a lot of experience. So yeah, I just think that I think he's gonna clip this guy early, and he's gonna put him out, to be honest. So yeah, I think
African stand champ, whatever that means.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I have I have a feeling that these guys coming from Cameroon or just Africa, where they're getting their opportunity. We cashed the last one, I think last week. Me and Keith did. When they have the opportunity, they really want to win. They really want to be there. So yeah, I think he's gonna put this guy out, to be honest.
Yo, are these? I was just on Bet Online because I was gonna look at the props and the over under. I think they just dropped. Are these Edmonton lines? Were they here before? Or are these brand new? This Derek Lewis, Denise.
They've been there for like 2 weeks.
I would say Blanchfield -130, Rose +110.
Peg, I think 3 or 4 weeks has been there actually. You're being generous with 2 weeks.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to cut him some slack.
It's all right, bro. I wasn't paying attention. I know my spot. I know where I'll be. This dude is training poya. I think that's a type of rice, or it's chicken in Spanish.
That is not, holy shit.
No, that's pollo. I'm sorry, pollo. Pollo is chicken in Spanish. What do you got, Key? What do you think for this one?
Yeah, this is a pass fight for me, just because I barely could find shit on Naito. It seems as if this guy has some sort of decent wrestling credentials. It seems like that he knows his strengths and will shoot very quickly. Gutier, just absolutely terrible look in the decision. In my opinion, I think anybody with a pulse, I think you put Peg in there around 2 or around 3, and he gets Gutier out of there. To be honest, that was just
that's no joke.
Yeah, Peg would have melted that guy around 2, around 3. It was insane. Somebody
won the 3rd round though, Key, didn't he?
He won the 3rd round, to be fair, but the guy who's fighting was 38. He's terrible with 0 athletic traits. I wouldn't place that guy in any sport, period.
Who is a guy?
So I think that I think that this is a pass fight for me personally, just because I feel like I'd be blind betting a little bit. Yes, does Gutier have some insane elite traits? Yes. Should he still be on regionals? Absolutely. I'm not sure why these guys, managers and teams and coaches, are just so strongly on just rushing them through. But this is a guy that seems to actually have real promise. I just simply don't think he's there yet. KO and a couple bums after that decision look. And I do think that he won that fight, to be fair. But that was just an absolutely horrible look to me. And that guy was getting off some wrestling in that fight in round 2 even. And if Naito is what they say he is wrestling, I think that Gutier could be in for a long night. I didn't rate his get-up game much at all. I think his initial takedown defense is decent. He digs underhooks. He's athletic. I think that he's just going to get away with shit just because he's more athletic than people. But eventually in round 2, round 3, I don't think that his cardio is good. I don't think that he's going to put together minutes in round 2 and round 3 against real competition. So it's just what's the true upside? I think round 1's a good look. And plus, I think 550 a drop, plus 500 now. I think that that's a fine look. And honestly, I just don't want anything to do with this fight. I know that people are trying to make themselves feel better if they passed on Musasa last week and they want to play an African with traits again, to feel like they made up for it. But I'm not blind betting here. So this is a fight also at weigh-ins. I expected Gutier to look like absolutely massive compared to Naito. And Naito's not even close to as cut and muscular as Gutier is. But he did not have an insane size advantage like I expected. So that, for me, especially if these odds pick him, which is probably correct, if you got plus 140 and up, I can't blame you that much. But this is a pass fight for me.
All right. Next fight, Benjamin Bennett versus Joey Hart. Benjamin Bennett, Mr. Alaska. He's 30 years old. He's 6 feet tall with a 74-inch reach. Joey Hart, 6'1", 6'1", 6'3", the 78.5-inch reach. Bennett's out of Elevation Fight Team. Hart's out of Start BJJ. Lines in these two gentlemen, it's a straight pick 'em right now, -110, -110. I'll go first here just because I could be quick. Looking at this fight, Benjamin Bennett, he's got good wrestling. He's got good cardio. He's got a pretty good chin. He kind of throws caution to the wind. He's pretty hittable, but he's durable enough to do it. This guy's definitely a dog for sure. He's got good striking. His cage push and his clinch work is good. He's got good volume. He's got good body work. He broke that guy Umarov on tape pretty bad. If you watch his Trey Water fight, that was pretty impressive until, the third round where he got finished. But before that, he was pretty much beating the brakes off him. Joey Hart, slick striking, works the body and the head well. He's kind of a sniper. He's got really good body kicks. I like his kicks. He's definitely big for the weight class. He looks like a pretty big dude. He throws a lot of kicks. I couldn't really find tape on takedown defense. I know Drav was like, yo, work harder and find them, but I'm not. So I'll let Drav break it down, and he'll tell you how the hitman gets it done. Because, the way I kind of see this going is Benjamin Bennett's one of those guys who's going to get in your face the whole time, and it's kind of like he can either wear on this guy Hart and make this ugly, or he's just going to get himself sniped by a guy who's like a sharpshooter like Hart, and Hart can find the finish. So I don't really know. I don't really know how to play this one. Now that it's a pick 'em, I haven't really touched anything on this. But what do you think, Drav?
What are you picking to win the fight?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't. I'm going to go – I don't know. My heart tells me to go with Bennett because I love guys that are dogs and are going to push a pace and get in your face. But in the same times, this is one of those things where you can just see this guy Hitman put up another highlight reel. So, I really don't know how to pick this one. I'll probably say either Hitman by KO or Bennett by decision.
Yeah, you didn't find his loss on his resume for Hart as a pro?
Yeah.
You didn't watch the Hart loss that he had last year?
I don't think so. Everything I watched of him was like highlight tapes and shit. It's the same thing as I had issues with last week.
You just need to watch this one for the takedown defense. The Korev fight I'm talking about. This guy he was 0-1, right? It was his first ever win as an MMA fighter, amateur or pro. He's now 1-1. So this guy basically was able to take him down, to control him. So
knowing that, Bennett's the side. So
the thing is, Hart, he's big for the division, like you said, and he has some nasty knees, and he's a sniper. He has power also. So Bennett needs to be careful, but Hart takedown defense is not great, but his get up game is terrible. It's terrible, bro. This guy doesn't know how to get up, to be honest. And I was kind of surprised because I've watched his talking about all the work and everything, like Peg said. But I watched his amateur fight in 2019 against Josh O'Brien. He lost a decision. So he lost because he got taken down, couldn't get up, and this guy just worked him, right? And now I'm watching the fight in 2023, so 4 years after that. I'm expecting to see improvements for him, but nothing. The guy doing the same shit. He can't get up. So, yeah, I just don't think his get-up game is good. I don't really rate his takedown defense. And every people that have tried to take him down with a decent, okay wrestling game, I've taken him down and won the fight against him. So he just struggled against this style of fighter. And Bennett, let me tell you something, he's a better wrestler, a better grappler than both Karev and O'Brien. So I think he's going to be able to get takedowns here, no doubt in my mind. The only thing though is he's not much of a finisher on top, which could be concerning. But at the same time, one takedown and it could be the round. So yeah, and he's gonna push the pace. It's gonna be in his face, and I like the guy cardio. I like his pace. I like his pressure. He's a guy that's training at elevation. And another thing I found interesting about Bennett, just to finish with Hart, like I said, the guy's big, massive. He can put him out for sure. But if he doesn't knock him out, I guess he could steal around with like a big knee or something, but more often than not, he's going to end up on his back, or he could get broken on the feet also in the pocket, because he's also hittable. He's getting touch up against these lower level guys, and he didn't fight anyone yet. I mean, he fought these Tyler Scott guys, I guess, but I mean, he doesn't really have good wins on his resume. He lost against bad competition. I think the guy has good ceiling, but he needs more work. He needs more time. He needs a good gym, and he's not at a good gym. I don't know, man. And so he didn't improve in 4 years compared to the amateur loss. And I'm supposed to believe that now, after a couple KOs, he's going to be improving a year later. Nah, I don't believe that at all. And also, Bennett's the better fighter that he ever fought in his life. So Bennett is 18-4 as an amateur. The guy has a lot of good experience, and if you look his amateur career, he fought some people you will know the name, right? So he fought he has a win over Darian Weeks, who has been in the UFC, Isa Iskov, who's been on Dana White Contender Series, and Axel Sola, who's actually a pretty good fighter on the regional. And he has losses over guys like Brendan Allen. He lost by unanimous decision. He was way back in the days. And he lost a split decision against Alex Martinez, who I think was in PFL. It was in 2015, 2016. And then you go up to be the 2017 I don't know how to say it, but IME FF World Champ. So yeah, and he's now 6-1 as a pro. I think he should be 7-0. You talk about the Treewater fight. I think the ref cost him the win there. I mean, it was some crazy shit, man. Like, he was up 2-0. He was on his way to win the third round. Treewater was not able to break the clinch. The ref broke the clinch for Treewater like 4 times in a minute. It was crazy. And then he was able to land the knee. But, man, the ref cost him the fight, in my opinion. He made the mistakes, and he was reckless. But, I mean, bro, you can't be breaking the clinch like that 4 times. It's not. Like, I think it was crazy. So I think he should be 7-0. And yeah, I think the guy is a good chin. Like I said, he's durable, but he got put out with a knee. So that's a concern here at the end of the fight where he was winning. So it just told us that Hart can land a similar knee, because you can see on tapes he has similar type of trait. But yeah, I also like Bennett boxing in the pocket. Good hooks, good volume, good pressure. I just think that he's going to work him in the pocket, So, yeah, he needs to be careful, like I said, but the pace is going to push. Like I said, he's training at high elevation, and he fought 2 times already at high altitude. The Treewater fight, it was at high altitude.
Yeah.
It was in Denver, my bad. And his last fight was also in Colorado. So the guy has shown us to push a pace for 3 rounds at high altitude. So I have no doubt his cardio is going to look good here. And yeah, what else? Let me just check my notes. But I think it's pretty, decent jab also. Like I said, he got that dog in him. I think he can get takedowns. I think he could just pressure nonstop and beat him up in the pocket. Hart is hittable in the pocket. He could get touch, and Bennett's durable, man. He's going to be hard to put out. And yeah, I just think that stylistically, he has been Hart has trouble with this type of matchup, and Bennett is just a better fighter than these people who had success doing the type of game plan that he's going to come on with. And he's at a better camp, and I think he could finish the fight late, and or I think he could win a decision. But yeah, give me the fighter with more experience, who fought the better people at a better gym, with who's more proven, and who has multiple paths to victory. So yeah, I like him to win here. But yeah, I play him at plus 155. Now it's minus 110. I think he should be minus 125, around 55%. So I pick him to win here.
Key?
Yeah, I played Bennett at plus 154. I'm happy with that price. Yeah, Joey Hart. I think he's a trick bag if we're being completely honest. Cool highlights and shit, but I mean, not a shit ton of substance in my opinion. Guy's flat footed as shit. Muay Thai background, so of course that's par for course. But I mean, flat footed as shit. I don't rate his movement. I came in the tape thinking I was going to absolutely love this guy, and I just don't. I think this clinch work is nasty. The knees up the middle, I think this clinch is nasty. But at range, I thought that I would like him way more, and I just don't. There's not enough volume there for my liking. Not enough jabbing. But like I said, in the clinch, he's nasty, and that's why I do think Bennett will have the most problems. And of course, obviously, his kicks from range are nasty. He's caught a couple KOs from it. As Drav mentioned, the Karaya fight was a horrible, horrible look. Just got wrestle fucked and molested for 15 minutes. This guy, if you go back to his amateur loss, he lost the exact same way. I believe that was against John O'Brien. I think that fight was. And so that type of guy and getting wrestled twice and then showing no improvements years later, like Drob mentioned. Like Drob said, how am I supposed to think that you're going to sit here and randomly make improvements? He's not at a great gym. It seems like he's not fighting with elite level guys, whereas we know Bennett is with Elevation Fight Team, training at altitude, getting good looks. The Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje narrative was played up on an LFA broadcast. He's spending time with real guys, and he's credentialed as an amateur. Also, I mean, winning IMMAF World Championships is not any. I mean, we're talking about Brendan Allen, Manon Ferro. I mean, plenty of UFC high level fighters have came from that pipeline, and he beat real guys there. Beating Axel Sola is a real beating Darian Weeks. I mean, those are better guys than anybody that Joey Hart's seeing. And so Bennett's been around the block for a long time. I know that he was a hyped up prospect at one time, and I think that he was on his way to win the Trey Waters fight pretty clearly. If the ref doesn't separate him, he doesn't lose the fight most likely. I'm not sure about the total personally, because I think that there's plenty of ways that this could go. I think that Hart could be a glass cannon potentially and end up getting melted round 2, round 3. I also think that Hart has the chance to knock Bennett out. I mean, it's no secret Bennett is hittable. I think that that's one of my biggest knocks on him is that he's hittable. But to me, he's a guy that you have to knock out with one shot. Because he's walking through a lot of shit and he makes it ugly, nasty. I mean, he's just gonna fight you, like straight up. He's just
the body also.
So that type of style against a guy like Joey Hart, who needs to fight on his terms, is not. I just don't think that it's a recipe for success against.
It's kind of like Billy Goff, honestly.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Trey Waters, if the ref doesn't separate him, Trey Waters probably isn't in the UFC currently if Bennett gets that win like he should have.
And he's still at 2-0 in the UFC Waters, so
yeah. So that's not a bad loss to have on your resume at all.
But it shouldn't be a loss.
Yeah. And do I think that Bennett is this elite guy? Fuck no. And is he a guy that I'm probably going to end up fading in the UFC? Absolutely. Because I don't think that he has elite traits. I think that he's just all heart. And I think that he's a solid guy everywhere, but he's not a master of any trade, in my opinion. I think that there's a fight that Bennett's going to cage push. He's going to wrestle. I can see some top time upside. I can also see him dirty boxing. And getting and cleaning up Hart in boxing range. But it does worry me round 1 and round 2 in the clinch. It does worry me a good bit. So I played Bennett dog money. I think that's a great I think that's a great play. At these odds, I believe, what is it back to now?
You get him plus 110 on Pinnacle.
I don't hate that.
I think you guys left Uncle Peg with. I'm going to get stuck with plus 110.
Yeah, I think that Pick'em is probably correct, and potentially Bennett slight fave is how I line it personally. So this is probably going to be a pretty fun fight. I'm not sure that Dana is gonna sign Bennett just because Bennett isn't the most exciting guy, but he is nasty and ugly. So I hope that it's somewhat of a sloppy war just so Bennett can get his contract. But I think that he gets it done here.
Yeah. All right. So I'll be playing him plus 110 at some point. Also, Drop, I'm looking at this. You work for Subaru, yet your picture is a Dodge, right? Is that a Chevy?
It's a Challenger. Yeah, but I got this picture like 7 or 8 years ago.
Well,
so
that's bad for business. And if I was your boss, you'd be fired. So change it. Next fight. Taliesin Teixeira versus Arthur Lopez. Teixeira is 6-0, 24, 6'8 with an 81-inch reach. Arthur Lopez, 31, 6'2. Reach is unavailable. If you watched the weigh-ins today, Teixeira came in at 260. Arthur Lopez came in at like 225 or something. So that's a horrible look. Yes, cat pack drop. But looking at this fight, I'll go first again. It's a setup fight. They want this guy Taliesin into the UFC. He's pretty well rounded. He's got a decent jiu-jitsu game. He's got good takedown defense. He works the head and the body well. He's got really good body kicks. He's got really good high kicks. He whips them out of nowhere. He's got a good jab. He's got good power. Like I said again, he's got good jiu-jitsu. This guy Arthur Lopez, terrible strength of schedule. I mean, some of it's a joke if you go look at if you just wiki cap him and you see the type of shit he's dealing with, and it's just like you can just tell it's not good. I mean, I watched one fight. His ground and pound was like okay, but I don't see him getting Taliesin to the ground at all. This is just a cakewalk for Taliesin. I mean, he's minus 700, so it should be. Whether he KO, so we'll just say so when Taliesin wins, does he win by KO or sub? I'm gonna go with KO. What do you think, Key?
Yeah, I think it's a KO. If there's anybody to be making minus 1100 favorite, I know somebody in chat who dropped like 4 units on Usury at minus 450. Dog. And I think that if there's anybody to be steaming crazy, it's this guy. I mean, there's an obvious easy spot. If Usury could close at fucking minus 1100, this guy should close at minus 3000. I mean, this is an easy setup spot. Lopez came in at 218. I mean, that's like, are we being serious here? Like, the UFC's not even trying to hide it. Like, are we being serious? Like, this guy could literally cut the light heavyweight tomorrow. Like, this makes no sense. He's recovered. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. But yeah, Taliesin's gonna cook. Give me Robelis and Taliesin, no takedowns allowed. And let's run that for his debut.
Drav, what do you got for us? Make it quick.
Peg, did you watch Lopez versus Nascimento?
Probably not.
Bro, I need to send you this clip. It's one of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Bro, Peg, he's getting, like, he got head kicked when the guy was on bottom, and then he's all shaky, and he's all shaky, and he's like super hurt, and the ref saying you're good to go, and now he's like he's not sure if he's ready to go, and they end up just calling the fight and giving him the win. The footage and everything, it was so funny to watch. He got hurt in that fight also on the feet. Man, it's just a mess. And then you watching his other fights, you can't even click on it. His opponents are NA, so you can't even click on it. And all the fight are 2015 to 2018. He only has one fight in 2014. The fight was 20 seconds, and he got a ground and pound. So what are we doing here?
Well, that's the exact fight I watched to say he has good ground and pound. Perfect.
He watched that 20 seconds. I mean, there's not many tapes you can find on this guy. I've watched his Instagram, trying to see him hit pads and shit like that. He looks like a complete bum. I'll be honest. Teixeira actually had some good shit for heavyweight. He's 6'8". He looks to have a good chin, good power, good volume. Yeah, you can put guys out for sure. If you're worried about his cardio, all first round finishes, you can watch his kickboxing fight. He went the distance. I think it was 3-minute rounds, but it was 3 minute round, and it was 5 rounds, I think, or 3 rounds. I'm not sure, but it was not the same as MMA, right? But his cardio looked decent there. Just the thing I found funny, the guy Teixeira, you will never believe this if you watch his MMA tapes, right? But he's a BJJ black belt, and he's a 3-time BJJ world champion. There's nothing on tapes that will tell me he's a 3-time BJJ world champion. He's a BJJ black belt, so that's interesting. So the KO is minus 200, right?
This guy is plus 500.
Yeah, I wouldn't play sub because I think he's just gonna nuke this guy. But if this guy trying to wrestle and grapple him, I think you could just submit him. So there's just a level 5. There's a setup spot. They want Teixeira. Obviously, he's a massive dude and he's only 24. So I think he has decent ceiling for a lower level of heavyweight. But the guy is very hittable. I think he's gonna get knocked out at some point. But yeah, he should rose pretty easily here. But the under 1.5 is garbage. The KO is garbage. So if anything, I will play Teixeira sub if I had to make a bet.
Yeah, I played him money line at minus 700 with Smith and put 2.5 units on that. Yes, you should. You should parlay him. You parlay him with everybody. Parlay him with anyone. Yo, parlay him with Benoit Saint Denis next week. Free money.
Empty the clip.
Yes. All right, let's go to the main event. Aaron Tao, who has staff. News was broken by Pegasus on Twitter. If you don't follow me already, I broke that news. I didn't get any engagement like all these other guys who post staff photos do. I don't know why. And then Dog quote tweeted my tweet and said I'm a dirtbag being an MMA doctor, and his tweet blew up. So I don't know how he gets the engagement, but I don't. But I tried to engagement for him like everyone else, and it just fucking didn't work. So I will be here for the next one.
I didn't see that.
Aaron Tao versus, well, Dan Hooker put up on his story today, and I caught it with like being up for 2 minutes of like them sitting in the airport, and he's got like a Band-Aid on the side of his nipple. And I know you got to put a Band-Aid over staph as a staph survivor. So I'm like, yo, he's got staph. So I posted just the photo of the story, and I was like, per his coach's story, Band-Aid on the tit. What does this mean? I'm no doctor, but I think it's staph. And he only got like 2 likes. It's fucking crazy. It's bullshit. But either way, Aaron Tao, 8-0, 135. Elijah Smith, 6-1. Colorado, team victory. His dad is is it Charles Smith? What's his dad's name again? He's a UFC vet. Can't remember his name. I mean, you look at these two guys. I'll go first just because I'll be quick again. Tao is fighting a bunch of cans. The guys he's fighting absolutely suck. You look at Elijah Smith, on the other hand, and you look at his, he's actually got a decent strength of schedule. If you watch some of the fights he has, like against Reyes Cortez, which is Tracy Cortez's younger brother, he's been on the Contender Series twice. He was cooking that fight and was looking good. He just got caught behind the ear in the 3rd round and kind of got flatlined, but like that shit happens. It's a fist fight. Other than that, I mean, I think he's going to have the grappling if he wants to wrestle here. He's going to be able to have a good jab. Let me take out my notes just so I'm not going off the top of my head. Let me see. Good hands, heavy hands, good fight IQ, good jab, good takedowns. He's really quick at taking the back when he does get you down. He's got the better strength of schedule. He's got 3-round cardio. Oh, it's Gilbert Smith is his name. He's the son of Gilbert Smith, and he's from that new generation where he wasn't like a boxer or a wrestler, and then he started doing MMA. He grew up around MMA, so he kind of gets it. Good takedown defense. The only thing that worried me were the leg kicks in the Reyes fight. He was not checking leg kicks at all. They're starting to bother him, even though he can fight from both stances, so it's not the biggest deal. But I will say, looking at Tao, bad strength of schedule. He's kind of a sick fuck, which is a positive, I think. He is like his takedowns are like that. He's like a strong guy, so he goes for that power blast double. He's very physical. He's at City Kickboxing. He's got Hooker as a coach. He's got heavy hands, heavy leg kicks. His leg kicks are decent though. But I think Elijah Smith probably just wins here, just off of being like the better MMA fighter. Yeah, that's what I think. Key, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, everybody saw my free bet. Everybody saw my free bet today. Elijah Smith. I mean, Aaron Tao. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, Aaron Tao absolutely sucks dick.
Let's go. I've got 4K views on that one. It's gonna pop off eventually.
But this guy, I mean, he just stares at his opponents. I have no clue why he's here. I get Dan Hooker connection, but I don't know what anybody sees in this guy. I mean, he's tough, I guess. Like, he's tough. He should be a flyweight. The weigh-in showed a massive size difference. I don't know why he just won't cut the weight. It seems like he could probably still make flyweight. This just doesn't make any sense, honestly. The line doesn't make sense to me unless Elijah Smith has AIDS and I don't know about it. I genuinely don't understand here. Aaron Tao, at low volume, hands super wide, hands super low. Elijah Smith has actual rhythm when striking. Aaron Tao, maybe. I'm not sure that he knows what a jab is. I think it's just big meat hooks only and vibes until he gets it down to the ground. And then even there, it's really just vibes down there. Elijah Smith, elite athlete, in my opinion. He has real pop. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a football background. That's what it reminds me of. I think that the Christian Strong KO is a great look. Christian Strong is 8-1 now, has been through the Fury FC promotion for a while now. Reyes Cortez, I don't rate Reyes very highly, but Elijah showed decent for himself. He got caught. It is what it is. And then has continued to show better cardio since then. I thought that the round 3 sub was a great look. His last KO against Josh Walker, who Josh Walker is actually a decent prospect. I know that he's on a little skid right now, but he's actually a decent prospect, better than anybody Tao has seen in his life. This just doesn't make sense. I gladly played -170, and that's what members got, -180, -188 on DraftKings too at the time. This is an easy spot to me. I think that's a very clear spot. I think that the Tao comes from CK. Yeah, fuck out of here. Oh, this was a dick sucker in my comments on my Twitter post. Yeah, fuck that guy.
A dick sucker, huh?
Yeah, he's a fucking loser. But yeah, Elijah Smith's gonna put him out. Aaron Tao probably had 3 to 4 teachers in his classroom while he was growing up.
Wore a helmet on the bus.
Yeah, helmet on the bus. They had to stop him from licking the windows. I mean, this is Elijah Smith's spot. Fuck Aaron Tao. Yeah.
All right, Jav, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, just before I break down this main event, we have 20 people in there, only 7 likes. What are we doing, guys? Come on, drop us a like. We go live for you guys for the Now at Contender Series. Just some support, please. Yeah, I mean, this guy Smith, he has a wrestling background. Actually, I think he was a califer. I don't know how to say it in English. I don't know how to talk tonight, but
what was it? What do you want me to translate?
No, I'm good. Do you need Google Translate if you want to speak French, though? That's the question.
Go ahead, go.
2 times co-state califer in wrestling, BJJ purple belt. And yeah, I think the guy is actually, he has good traits for the division. He's big. He he is very big, and a glass jaw. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he got a drop against Cortez, but the shot was super clean, So, I mean, does Toe has a good chin? Yeah, the guy got cracked himself on the regional against super guys that are not UFC level whatsoever, and so small, so much smaller. Yeah, so Smith is I know it's not listed on Tapology, but I'll give it to you guys. He's 5'9" with 70 inch of reach, and Toe is 5'3" with 64 reach. It's a big difference. We saw it at face-off, but I think it's just a simple breakdown here. I mean, Smith is better everywhere. He's taller, longer, bigger. He fought the way better competition. He's on short notice here, which is probably why the line is not -300. But he still had, I think, 2+ weeks to prepare. He already had a fight schedule, so he was training. I know the guy is not like fully into MMA yet, but I think he should be. He has good ceiling. He's still working at the job. I think he's working at a dealer. But yeah, so obviously he's Daniel Kerr protege. But I don't think the guy's very good, man. Like, he's small. He only fought bums. He's much smaller. He used to fight at flyweight. I think he moved up because he gassed out badly one time, and one time he lost in amateur. He got knocked out. He was gassed out. He got TKO'd. But yeah, he has some leg kicks upside, like one of you guys mentioned. Like he has decent leg kicks, and I've seen Smith struggle with that. But he's powerful in the pocket. Toe is so Smith needs to be careful. But I think Toe is KO or bust. I think he needs to kick the legs early and try to swing and get a KO in the pocket. But if he doesn't, I think Smith should pick him apart. He will be much faster. Also, the guy is very, very fast. And he can land takedowns if he wants. I've never seen anyone trying to shoot takedowns on Toe, but I think Smith's a way better wrestler. He has good takedown defense. So Toe, I know he loves to wrestle and he has good ground and pound, right? So he loves to get on top, but he's not going to take Smith down, and Smith can take him down. Then when Toe's on his back, then what, So, and I favor Smith on the feet also. The range different, the distance management, the speed different, the power difference. I think everything's in his favor here. And he has, like I said, more experience, fought better people. So yeah, I play minus 180. I think so. This line doesn't make sense to me. I think it should be minus 300, like I said. So the price is still good now. You can get like minus 225. I will still play that, but yeah, I guess I like Smith a lot. I think I like that they put him on the main card, the main event. I think he's the one on the card that has some ceiling.
All right, great. Okay, so that's the show, guys. Leave us a like, leave us a sub, leave us any comments you got. I'll be back later this week. I think me and Dogfather are going to run it back with a quick for early look at the Paris card at some point. I think we're just going to record it and upload it. Probably like Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thanks for joining us again. I think Drav is going to go on another show after this, so follow him over there. Drav, where are you going?
Yeah, I'll go on Narco's show. It's actually in 5 minutes. We run it back to back. So yeah, you can watch it after that.
Yes, we're using Dogfather for views. So okay, I'm your host, Pegasus Picks or Picks by Pegasus. I always get my own fucking name wrong. Dravy, Key 3 Picks. They have dub clubs. Pay for them. One payment towards Key goes for better Wi-Fi. Look how much better it was. How many subs we got last show, and now his internet didn't cut out once.
Hey, that's facts, bro. That's facts.
All I'm saying, keep the subs coming in to keep Key alive on the show. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll get this done.
We end this up. I think me and Key both swept on our Contender Series back to back. Right, Key? Didn't we?
Yeah.
Back to back, right? So let's make it 3 for 3 and yeah, make it right.
Yo, what about me, bro? I'm going 3-week screen now too. Yes, Key is rich now. Exactly. He needs the gold silky. We're waiting for the gold silky.
Yeah, you can follow Peg's parlay. He's gonna jinx some favorites, and one of them's gonna lose.
Yeah, my parlay put 2.5 units on Smith and Towson in a parlay. I just don't see how it loses. I think it's a lock. I think it's free money. Just bet it. Ride with me.
I'll make sure the bet loses. I'll make sure it loses.
It's gonna be money. It's gonna be money, and now I have to add on Bennett plus 110 because no one lets their boy know when they're all gonna move the line on me. So yes, the Gilkey, the cold silky. Like that. All right, guys. That's the show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week for UFC Paris. All right, guys. Peace.